Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into episode 13. That is 13 of The Wonder Kid Show. Hey, look, I'm still on a high from yesterday. You know, after what you seen my boy Lamar Jackson do to a lot of y'all, right? But guess what? Y'all got to sit there and just take it, right? But look, I could go into yesterday, even though I went into it already. But there's two people I want to go into today's episode, who I truly believe deserves the vitriol and venom I will be aiming at them. Their names are Dave Portnoy, Stephen A. Smith. You know, the Steeler talker who acts like he's being unbiased when speaking about Lamar Jackson. And Dave Portnoy, of course, I mean, Boston through and through. But look, there were some comments that Mr. Portnoy made yesterday before the game regarding Lamar Jackson and this Ravens team. And I wanted to make sure that that we gave him all of the love that he was looking for. All right, all of it. Okay? So, here we go. I'm going to make y'all listen to viewer discretion is advised. Because I won't swear, but this man does. So I'm going to let you hear what he had to say about the current MVP of the league.
Fast. David, your Patriots.
Yeah, if Lamar Jackson thinks he's going to do that running around bullshit versus the Bill Belichick defense, he has another thing coming. We're going to shut that down, make him beat us through the air. He won't be able to do it. Patriots home getting points. I love it. I'll take the Patriots all day long. All day long.
Stuart.
That's your man, Dave Portnoy. That's your man. So hold on. You said he's not going to be able to run around with his you-know-what, right, on a Bill Belichick coach defense, right? Okay, well, 11, carries for 109 yards, plus a rushing touchdown, so you were wrong on that end. Then you went out there to slander and say that you don't believe he can pass and win. 4 passing touchdowns. I know. You still got that glimmer of Tom Brady in your eye. Sorry. The game is over. Mr. Portnoy. Yo, Barstool Sports is losing a lot of credibility just like PFF. How are you going to sit there and try to act like that man hasn't even done or achieved what he's achieved in this league? To belittle him and say that all he does is run around. Really? Mr. Portnoy? Huh? DP? Yo. That's his initials! Yo, listen, I don't care. You got slander for my team. I got slander for you. You take that hot L straight off the skillet. You understand? This is your fault. You opened your mouth. You put yourself to get all this criticism. So take it. You know what I'm saying? And going along to Mr. Stephen A. Smith. This is what he had to say about Lamar Jackson maybe winning the MVP of this league.
Offensively, let me say this. Lamar Jackson ain't winning MVP. The Baltimore Ravens ain't winning the division crown. And they damn sure ain't going to the Super Bowl.
Yo, and did you see how this morning, right now, he's the MVP right now. I just want to throw Jalen Hurts in there too. Don't want to forget about Jalen. Sorry, he's not Lamar. leading the league in passing touchdowns, leading the league in passing efficiency, third in rushing yards. Do you know what I heard yesterday? After the Bills lost their game, they lost because they can't run the ball. Josh Allen threw the ball 60 plus times because they can't run the ball. The Ravens haven't been able to run the ball the last 2 games. Outside of Lamar Jackson, I didn't hear y'all saying, they just can't run the ball. No, it was Lamar has to go pick up those yards. Lamar has to keep making plays. This is what I've been trying to get through the incremental hard skull of these deviants called media analysts. Just because it doesn't look like your grandfather's quarterbacking. Tell you the truth, it looks better. A great pass rush in the old days could neutralize a good quarterback, because you could just rush 4. And there's statues back there. So, yeah, and drop everyone else in the coverage, and you could slow down or stop that team. Having a player as dynamic as a Lamar Jackson, probably the most dynamic player ever to touch a gridiron, you can't do that. And I know, it crumbles and takes shots out at that mindset of nostalgia that you get when you look at the quarterback position. I am sorry you feel that way, but facts are facts. He's the best player in the NFL. I repeat, he is the best player in the National Football League. It just is what it is. No player in this league affects the game more than he does. Why do you think, even if you hate him, think about the way that you critique him? Josh Allen lost the game throwing the ball into the dirt. Oh, but he threw the ball 63 times. For only how many yards? 200-something yards? Hey! You expect me to be impressed by that? Where's the efficiency? You're just passing the pass. Passing yards has become bloviated because the league has turned to a more passing style league. They've implemented rules to allow more passing yards. So the aggregated scores of passing are all going to be up. You don't have to listen to me. You can literally go to Google and it will tell you that. What do you think? Throwing for 5,000 yards was, oh my God, it was life-changing, because it was when a defense is allowed to hit receivers and play quarterbacks a certain way, hit them and do all type of stuff. Throwing for 5,000 yards was amazing. That was Dan Marino. You know how many 5,000-yard passers have been since the turn of 2012, 2010, when the rules really started to change? You think that's a coincidence? Oh, no, they're just better football players. They're just smarter. They're wiser. They're stronger. They're faster. No! No excuses are given for Lamar Jackson. No quarter given. No reprieve. You have these analysts like the Dave Portnoy or the Stephen A. Smith that literally go on television and their respected YouTube channels to berate, belittle, and defame the name Lamar Jackson. Why? Because it brings clicks. It brings views. But if you can be as loud as you want about what you feel are his deficiencies, I can be equally as loud and forthcoming about your wrong, extremely wrong takes. Lamar has been nothing but outstanding, especially when you put into the fact of the team that they've built around him. Mark Andrews has been amazing also. But outside of Andrews, who has truly been amazing on that team outside of him? And I'm going to give a shout outs to Duvernay. Duvernay is coming into his own. He is turning into a weapon. I love that. I love that word, weapon. Oh my God, what are you? A weapon. Like, can you imagine? Think about that real quick. I'm going to parlay on that real quick. Imagine someone said, what can you do? What are you known for? Being a weapon of destruction. That's what Duvernay is turning into. But outside of that, let's be real. This team has a lot of deficiencies on it. And they are being masked, covered, and supplemented by Lamar Demetrius Jackson. But it's okay. I mean, it drives your viewers. Some people love negativity towards certain people, even if they know, even if the truth is in the pudding, even if 1,000% it's been said that, look, it's not like that. They don't want to believe that. Ignorance is bliss. And those two media analysts are ignorant, to say the least, especially when pertaining to someone like a Lamar Jackson. I want you to understand this. They already have diminished what they feel he can accomplish. They've already written him off of this story, of this NFL season. But like so many great players before him, the story's not done yet. And he's ready to make sure that the chapter that pertains to him is one for the storybooks, the history books. I mean, to be so utterly wrong, and you find solace, absolute solace, in your wrongness. Listen, I equate ignorance a lot of times, or most people equate ignorance to stupidity. No. I equate ignorance to comfortability. Lamar Jackson makes them uncomfortable. Because you know what they'll have to do if they accept him? They'll have to reevaluate just how they look at the quarterback position. So what they'll do is they'll continually be ignorant, specifically when it comes to him, because they want to remain comfortable in their ideology. I know, I get it. All of us want to be comfortable, right? We hang around people that think like we do, talk like we do, look like we do. They're doing the same thing with their sports takes. Yeah. Ignorance correlates to that. Comfortability. So let me find joy in making it uncomfortable for you to say those ridiculous takes. I got time, baby. I got time. And the great thing about the internet, I could just keep putting it out. Bang, bang. I love it. I truly believe that this young man will end up as the MVP of this season and also the Super Bowl MVP of this season. I also truly believe he will lead the league in passing touchdowns, and he will be named Comeback Player of the Year also. And if he stays on this trajectory that he is, he's going to put up almost 6,000 total yards with almost 70 total touchdowns. That's Offensive Player of the Year also. Could you imagine if he does all of that this year? I'm inclined to say this every episode after all of his great games. The price of the brick is going up. Boy, inflation is something else. Inflation is something else. And Bisciotti gonna feel it. But I'm not gonna go there today about Bisciotti. This is strictly about the ignorance and the comfortability of these media analysts when pertaining and talking about a Lamar Jackson. And it's always the person that pushes and bucks it first that is the face or at the forefront of the argument that gets all of the vitriol. Because look how fast he's willing to say, oh, don't forget about a Jalen Hurts. Lamar's MVP season, he wouldn't even give him an eye all the way to week 8. Oh, well, yeah, he played all right. I'm going to get the audio, but there was a game when he played the Jets. He said when Lamar threw, not total, threw for 5 touchdown passes. A Jackson 5 strictly through the air. He said, it's just the Jets. Who cares? No big deal. Whatever. And like it's easy. But won't do the same thing to Aaron Rodgers though. Right? That's just his excellence. With Lamar, it's whatever. He's graded differently. His grades are weighted. But not weighted in a good way, weighted down. Where other players would get an A, he gets a C+. And if they're really feeling good, he might get a B-. And that's how he has been regulated through the media as a whole. Now, there's been some exceptions to the rules that have bigged him up, gave him the proper respect that he not only has earned but deserves. But they're far and in between. Very few people have changed what they have said. Shout outs to someone like a Ryan Clark who said, look, man, I was wrong. The man's amazing. As a man, you should be able to do that. As a man. Fess up when you're wrong. Say sorry. That word everyone's scared about. I was wrong. Sorry. Of course, you don't want to do that. You want to die on the hill of being wrong because you're comfortable. I want y'all to understand that. They're willing to die on the hill of being wrong simply because they are comfortable. Silly pasta pita. That's their takes. Comfortability at its finest. Fine. Then let me make you a little uncomfortable. Because unlike the people who you work next to, I keep receipts. I keep receipts like an old lady that professionally shops at Winn-Dixie. Yes, it is me. Shaba, hot flame, fire. Dylan, and Dylan. But you think you're just going to get off the hook? Change your narrative? Because you don't want people calling you an idiot over your ridiculous takes? Nah, boy. You got to take these arrows. Remember, and I love this quote, when you pray for the rain, you got to expect some mud. You got to prepare for the mud. I am the mud. This fan base is the mud. You wanted your comeuppance. This is it. Oh, God, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. But it is funny how, the changing of stuff from Stephen A. especially this morning, saying, "Oh yeah, he's MVP right now, but we can't forget about it, Jalen Hurts." When he was one of the biggest critics of Jalen Hurts. The only reason why he's allowing Jalen Hurts to be in that conversation is because he needs somebody. He doesn't want to fully say it's just him. It's him alone. He's been amazing. He has to be able to create some friction. This fan base, the Ravens flock, we are your consequence. Please believe. Do not think it is just Nitro. No, 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 no. I'm vocal, very vocal, but I'm not the only one. And we're ready. I told you this team, this fan base is ready. And we're going to win. And we're going to win on the shoulders of a Lamar Jackson as he not only writes his path through the history books of the NFL, he stamps and paves his imprint and signature into the walls of his greatest players. You gotta love it. Look, that was episode 13. Can't believe we're already at episode 13. We moving, baby. We moving. Listen, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for giving me your time. But it's at the end of the show. And you know what I say. You could be anywhere else, but you can't stay here. Thank you once again. Like and subscribe. Y'all knows my slogan. Let me tell it to y'all. Slow down, chopped and screwed. Peace. And I'm out. Hallelujah.